Fucking Pat wants to come on. But
No, you don't. He's bad. Give him life.
Yeah. Look at fucking Steven Spielberg over there. Cut. No, he's got
I've turned you on. Hello there.
Hello, how are you?
Hello, everybody.
He was doing well on the pokies, I just heard. He was up $4.
I invested a whole $5.
We're in tune.
Then I was up to 10 and now I'm down to 0.
We don't need to introduce this show. We're just going to talk.
For a moment.
Who are we? Go.
It's Club Trev.
Where are we?
Club Trev. We're in Tumut. We tried Batlow, but it sucked, so we came here.
Yeah.
We did drive out there.
We got some good footage.
Some nice photos.
Not a lot to be found. A lot of destruction, though. I must admit, there was a lot of destruction.
I think when the fire went through, it burned a lot of IQs.
I'm muting you all now. So we're in Batlow, and no, we're not in Batlow. We were in Batlow. We're in Tumut. We've come back to the beautiful Oriental Hotel. All right, you're back on now.
Oh, right. Thank you.
We're in the beautiful Oriental Hotel at Tumut.
The best of about 19 pubs here. So.
On 4 streets.
Yeah, in 4 streets.
I'll tell you what, the schooners are about 5 cents cheaper here too, so that's good.
Then where? Your pub?
Well, the other pubs here.
Are they?
Yeah, well, you tried the rest of them, didn't we?
Yeah, we
and a
did.
good feed too.
Tremendous.
You did have a great feed.
I had
one of the best chicken stencils I've had.
Did you see you?
I had a Brontosaurus steak. It was
I don't
tremendous.
think that was
a Patasaurus, they call them now.
Looked more like rooster, didn't it?
No, I think that was a large pork, bit of pork, yeah.
Yeah, it was tremendous.
Talk about large pork. Did you see that lady walk? Doesn't matter.
Right, I'm going to do my...
She had one hell of a step on us.
What about the other one? She could kick car tyres from walking down the footpath. She had a bit of a hitch and a giddy up.
All right, this is heading quicker towards a cliff than usual, so I'm going to get the nice out of the way.
Right.
I want to thank everyone first because it's our... Yeah, we were down in Tumut. We came down to, I guess, come down south and meet a few people. And
Bit of a nice drive.
Beautiful drive down today. We had the first convoy last night. Yeah. First convoy last night. And the rest all arrived today. We had our trip out to Batlow and bought some cider and had a look around.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, things didn't quite go to plan.
What about when we called you to go and ask them if they've got the Dickens? And you went up and said, have you got any Dickens cider? I can't believe you did that.
I don't think they got it, though.
That's how I met our producer.
No, you told her you had heaps of cash. You had your whole savings in your pocket. It was $8.40. This bloke's loaded.
So I'm still waiting for that
That's what
$1.30.
Brian just run on the pokey.
That's why she was chasing
Momentarily.
him. Yeah.
So I'm going to quickly thank, before this all goes over a cliff, I want to thank the convoy that's come down, Bridie for his third trip.
Second.
Tony, Mick, Ardra are back again.
Make it third.
Lisa Murph, who we'll hear from later, Mariah, obviously Trev's here, and then the debutantes. Lockie's come up from Canberra, who we're about to talk to. I'll introduce him properly in a second. Big Vinny D is somewhere. I think he's gone to bed.
Yeah.
And Davey Ray came down with us yesterday, and Barney Boy and Pat
What about
jumped
the
in.
cameraman?
And Spielberg, how do you forget him?
And what a setup he's got these days.
Like,
And if you're watching us on YouTube,
You
hello
can put
there.
him on demand right now and just go camera 2, please, Tony.
I'm feeling a little bit vulnerable with this thing looking right at me.
We can just go camera 2, straight up. I don't even know what that does. Camera 3? Let's go camera 3.
Is that me?
Is that...
Who's that handsome fella?
Yeah.
There you are.
And we're joined by Brizey. Hello, Brizey.
Again, a good idea.
Yeah.
People that
That's
are
12
going, what the
times you've
f- I
said
know. I'm trying to
okay,
get
he's
people,
allowed.
trying to put a key in a slot over here. That's right. And Lockie
wonderful
for
day.
Lockie's
Wonderful
first
day.
trip. So you've come down from Canberra to join us.
Yes.
Get that microphone a bit close to your mouth.
How was the drive-in today?
Yeah,
Did you get much rain?
No, we didn't. No,
No, we were rained all
lovely
the
drive
way
down.
till Gundy, I think.
I
it
found
stopped raining,
every
right?
L-plater from Canberra to here, so it took me about 4.5 years, but we got here.
Did you tell those Fourth Reich blokes to get fucked along the way as you were stuck behind
The
it?
Fourth Reich? No, I didn't. No, I gave them a very polite wave.
Yeah.
And, I think I don't know
hear
if
they're
they call it a
You
wave.
didn't go like this, did you?
No,
That wasn't at 9.
Hey?
You didn't do that at 9.
No.
Red instead.
And
Had the lights. You should have just pulled up next to him. Can you smell gas?
Oh, it smells like home.
Smells like...
Do you want to start this again or?
Nah, okay, go. That's fine.
No, this is about as good as it gets.
Yeah,
we might as well just roll with it.
So down here. Tell us a bit about yourself for the listeners that wouldn't know you, Locke. What's your story? And
I am just a young man that runs pubs in Canberra. I moved from back home at Penrith about 10 years ago and fell into a role running a pub, and ever since then I've been doing the same thing. So,
can I just ask? We run a pub podcast. Why haven't we been to your pub?
It's a good question. Trevor.
This is your thing.
I give Trevor a lot of hats, but it never seems to get him across the line. So.
He does have a lot of hats.
Yeah, I know.
How many hats I get from Trevor? Less than what he has. Yeah, I know.
No, so every time I give him a hat, I think, maybe this is next week.
This is the one. Although he did give me an aristocrat hat. Have I got it on now? No, I've got a different one.
No, you've got the
G on tonight.
Yeah, I've got the G.
The double G.
It hits the spot.
Shout out to Sean.
Yeah, shout out to Sean at the Grey Gums Hotel, which is our local. It's a great establishment.
Yeah, shout out to Sean. I didn't get one of them, but I'm glad Trevor.
No one else does. Just Trevor.
It's not called Club Other
if
Guy.
If you knew what Trevor did to get that hat, then you'd probably don't
want to know, actually, to tell you the truth.
Yeah. It wasn't cutting hedges either, so...
Hey, I give the best hedge job in town. Don't you worry about that.
You are very handy.
It's a very sharp cut, too.
It is a sharp cut.
So, how have you guys been down here for the Arvo? How have you found Tumut so far? Enjoyed the...
It's been great.
How did he find it? He followed us. We had the nav man on. That's how we found the stupid thing.
I arrived not knowing where anyone was and came to the pub I was told to come to, and there was
the other pub.
There was about 150 neo-Nazis here, so not what I expected when I came
on Harley Davidsons.
What about he walks in and he goes, shalom?
I expected to see a few Cobras and a couple of schooners flying around, but not 150 blokes on bikes.
Apparently, it had a bit of an eventful moment to try and get out the driveway.
It was, I drove in the car park, and I called Trev and said, I'm feeling a little uncomfortable here. Where are you guys? And he said, no, it'll be fine. I said, no, where are you? I'm not happy here. And then he said, we're up the road at the other pub, which was equally hard to find because there's 9 of them.
Yeah.
And I tried to drive out the driveway, and there was about 40 blokes standing in the middle. One of them that was just flicking his thong around on his foot, and conveniently dropped it right in front of my car and made me wait for quite a long time. So it was
worse when you drop your thong.
No,
they were a talkative.
And you know what? I didn't expect someone to do that in Tumut either.
No,
man or woman. So you can hope, but you don't always get it right, do you?
No. So that was your lucky start day, Brizzy. How was your?
How did you get 2 hats?
Morning.
It was a wonderful morning. I was greeted by a lovely message from Trevor this morning at 5:30. Are you awake? I went, yes, I am. And then I met Trevor, and then he informed me that a lovely young fellow named Pat that I have met once, and he's going to bill it in my car. And it was great. I thought, fantastic, I've got a bit of company. But after the first 2 hours, I realised, that it was...
Wasn't the give up when he got in the car and we all high-fived each other? Wasn't that the give up?
Brian, good he's not with us.
Brian called me and said,
he's a lovely fellow. He's a lovely
because I'm going to throw him out.
You're going to try him out, are you?
No,
I'll throw him out.
You said when you called me, you said, I hope there's still fires down there because I've got to throw him into something.
We did
try to get rid of him in the Belangolo, but he wouldn't get out.
Tony did mention that. Tony, we were driving down. Tony, you do know you can turn right to the Belangolo a little bit further down. And he shut up then for about, I don't know.
No, but he's all right. He's all right. He's a good kid.
I turned the radio off.
He just goes off tangents a lot. He's good, but good kid.
So
it was a great trip down. A lot of rain, but a great trip down. We were very successful.
We had a drop of rain here in Tumut.
It's always good with the lads, Good banner on the radios, good easy trip. Everyone looks after each other. No one gets too far away, except for the old fella.
He catches up.
He just drives at his own pace.
He's in the great white shark.
He led the convoy for a while today, didn't you, Tone? He was straight past us at 104 downhill.
That's right.
When we were stopped on the side of the road having a smoke.
Did he give it to us too?
That was it. You took your break and didn't tell anyone else. We're in here.
Yeah. I wasn't meant to do that.
While that was happening, Tony was cooking a lasagna in the back. So
that's right.
At least we got something to snack on a bit later.
Funny you said that, and I forgot he had his small van on, not that you can walk through any. And I said, "You're still there, Tone?" And then someone's talking, he's back. I said, he's probably walked in the back and checked that all sides of the bird are getting done on the rotisserie.
He's got meat hangers in there. I've seen it. I walked in there one day.
No, they're not meat hangers.
He had a full bunch. He had a full calf on there. Yeah, it's unreal.
Yeah, pity it was a young lady you met up at the pub that night. That was her calf.
It actually explains why.
I should say it was a filly, not a calf. But
no, it actually explains why Alex hasn't been around this week. But,
we were talking earlier today, Brian, myself, and well, let's not mention any names, but Pat, and we go, and then it's the way of the land that eagles come down and pick up the lambs, and he goes, "How big are these lambs?" I went, "Well, they're not merinos, like What's a lamb? A lamb's this big.
It's not a fully grown sheep, you idiot. Anyway.
There he is.
It's the baby version of a sheep. Yeah.
It's a baby
But
version.
then he did have to ask, why would they take it so high? He does ask some really good questions. He does.
I said they take it 200 foot. Is that necessary? I said, I don't know. It was just a figure of speech.
Well, one
That's
tried
how
from
high they
100.
take it.
If they're in communication with ground control, if they don't go over 200 feet, they're in trouble. So
Yeah, one did try from 190 one day, and it was no good.
No, it's no good.
he's lost his wings.
Just 3 broken legs
It's
and
still too big. That's it.
and a lot of bleeding.
He went to fly like an
Great
eagle.
character. Great character.
So we should give a quick plug to where we are now at the Oriental. Dave's looking after us. We're going to camp up top there.
Hey, you know that they've got a Facebook page here.
I've liked that.
Have you?
Yeah, I run this place. Yeah.
Oh, you're the mayor of the Oriental. Oh, you come twice. You pay double.
But beautiful
There's
dinner,
no
bros.
Chinese on the menu either. So
Pardon?
So yeah,
no Chinese.
No.
No, that's up the road. The
Schnitzel
Thai's
was
up the road.
great, and you had this
I
massive
had
T-bone.
a massive T-bone. It was beautiful. Have you eaten?
Yeah, I ate it. Yeah, I
We're very
didn't
hospitable.
eat that. I ate a pizza.
Pub we're at, the Orient
So
Hotel.
tremendous. Yeah, we're
Oriental Hotel.
Some of the cricket boys are about to join us.
Tumut.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great, but what a beautiful town
Great place.
compared to one of the towns.
And
we
well
went to today.
patronised on a Saturday night. Pretty much half the town
lovely.
came here and had dinner.
Yeah,
By the looks of it.
because they knew the other guy was here.
The cricket team celebrating their
Defeat.
defeat.
Matt, can we talk to some of them soon?
We are going to talk to them.
Going to see that? Yeah,
Really?
good on you.
It's good. We could tell them about how their run rate went, but we'd only be a 2-minute conversation.
We'll just ask him about the opening bowler. He did really well.
What about, he got two for 15. I said, how shit did the other bowlers go?
It took to the rest of them.
They had a brand new Merino in this year bowling off spin. So
You sure it wasn't a lamb?
no, it wasn't. No,
They survived.
Came from a great height.
It was a funky,
survived the
cold
fall.
They
merino.
get it up to 200. So
And there we go.
They're a noisy bunch.
Good fellas. Lockie, let's have a chat to you. So you're going to get your plugs in for the pubs you run. So you're in Canberra. Tell us a bit about the pub you run down there.
mate, I've just moved out of a pub. I'm running a football club now, so it's an AFL.
I've been there.
AFL, I guess you call it a leagues club, but for AFL.
Yep.
So it's a smaller club. It's nothing like the old Penrith Panthers, but we do a good trade there. We do a good dinner.
It was the first pub I tried Asahi at.
Yeah, right.
I had Asahi there.
We've got about 72 taps across the venue,
Yeah, right.
including our function space upstairs. So it's a bit different to running pubs. I definitely prefer to run pubs, and it's something I did for a long time, and I'll definitely go back to that. But mate, Canberra's an unreal scene for pubs and nightlife and
Fireworks.
and the other stuff that you hear
porn.
about.
No, you can say it, porn.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, well, you can just go into
it's not
Tony's
as much-
lunch drag dungeon down
It's not
there.
as much as on the internet, but there's some down there, and there's some weird shit as well. So we
for the
won't go into that.
politicians.
But no, yeah, it's a great place to be. And I moved there. I moved down there 10 years ago to study for a few years, and 10 years later I'm still there. So there must be something alright about
Remember when
it.
his folks didn't know? They thought he was still at uni.
Yeah,
his
no,
folks
no.
still thought he was at uni. He's working in pubs.
Yeah. Well, hey, cut.
As if they're going to listen.
Stop now.
Oh, mate, this is a big program, isn't it?
It's a huge program, worldwide, actually, to
At least
tell
a
you the
dozen
truth.
listeners at the moment.
I'm a bit overwhelmed. I feel like I'm on the Today Show.
We're saying,
With the amount of these cameras
you
that
didn't
are
talk
here,
about that time you did work at Fishwick in one of the sex shops and you got sacked.
Yeah, well-
remember that? You were so proud. You said to the boss, I sold the biggest dildo we had today, boss, the big tartan one. And he goes, that was my fucking thermos, you idiot.
Fucking deceiving, aren't you?
This is good from you, Trevor. Waited 18 months for this. This is good. Well done.
Anyway.
Any stories from the Canberra nightlife you want to share or can share? Or it won't get you fired.
It closes at 9 and it's frozen for half the year.
It does get a bit cold down there. No, look, most of the stories come from the Adfa boys, and that normally ends up in the news anyway. So we'll probably leave those ones alone. But no, look, it's a place where there's not a lot of people and there's a shitload of pubs. So
Yeah.
I'm sure there's plenty of stories.
Yeah. Footy. So you're AFL, so you don't get many of the league boys in your...
No, we get more of them because no one gives a fuck about AFL down there
Okay,
anyway.
yeah,
So
fair call.
we get a lot of leagues
five
down
stations
there, and
down
I was actually having a beer on Friday night. We had a little, we had a seminar for the young players for AFC, ANZ Football Club.
Yeah.
And I was having a couple of beers with the kicking coach, who's now in charge of coach of the Canberra Raiders. Been doing that for 10 years. He's now in charge of player well-being and things like that. And got a few insights into the player habits and in the light of the
should have rung the Bulldogs.
That's the thing. That's sort of what brought about the seminar, to be honest. And,
right.
It came up about the Bulldogs, and he slipped a little bit in his speech and said we've had some issues with the blokes on social media with the girls and some with the guys as well. None of the guys this year, so I'd be very interested to see who the guys were with the other guys.
That's what you heard it here first.
It's a bit of a scoop for you.
Wait till just get on with this. We were first.
They're not the smartest bunch.
I don't think it was Jackie Whiten, because he's banned from going anywhere in Canberra. He's on house arrest. So
is he?
No, not really. No, you can't go. You can't go in the city.
Do you want a beer?
Yeah,
he'd love a beer.
No, Jackie White, he's a real good bloke. I've had a bit to do with him, and he's a very nice young fella.
Just gets him in a stride.
He's probably got the emotional fortitude of a 14-year-old, but
right,
and that's where he gets into his strife. So he got the ban last year from the city, and now he's restricted to a couple of outlying pubs in the suburbs. But good young fella, and I think he's going to have a pretty good year this year. I'm backing him for the Dally M. So
actually, he's not allowed out of Belcon, and he's going to do laps.
Belcompton, we call it down there.
Yeah.
No, he wouldn't be there. He'd be up in Red Hill.
Right.
A couple of million his house would be, I'd say.
Right. Perfect.
Yeah. We might grab our cricket boys on in a sec.
What music have we got to go to a break? Do we do something or push something, or what do we do?
Push this. Watch this. No, we don't need to do that all the time. Just cut it. I just cut it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but I can do this. That's good. We got this technology, but that's one of Trev's jokes.
Yeah, I haven't even told the joke yet. I've got a heap of them.
I'm just getting ready to go.
Well, you best get started. You've only got so much time.
No.
Thanks both of you for joining us on the trip
down. You're more than welcome. Thank you.
Us again, and we'll grab a couple of these cricket boys from the Cool At Cricket Club and have a chat to them in a sec.
Meet the locals. That's it. Get amongst it.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you.
Back soon. That's enough of that before we get sued for copyright. But welcome to the show, Adam and Andrew from the Cool At Cricket Club, I believe.
Got more sponsors in the Australian cricket team, haven't they?
They've got the same sponsor.
No, they got a bigger crowd.
Now, just when we talk, Andrew, can I get you to put your microphone?
We're the number one team.
Yeah.
We have 90% more people watching us today than they did New Zealand and Australia last night.
So, 100% there was. We'll start from the start. So tell us a bit about the cricket club before we talk about today's incidents. Just a local cricket club, one team or a couple of teams?
Local cricket club, probably drawing players from a 50k radius. Like we're all it's a rural, very farmer orientated club. Has been going for 28 years since we formed.
So how big's the comp? So how far would you travel for a game?
Yeah, Gundagai Tumut, so we're at the sort of northwestern end of the comp, so we travel 50 k's, but a lot of our players to play a home game would travel nearly 50. 50 games. That's just our home.
I bet you they didn't know what was going to happen today when they drove 50 k's. They would have fucking done a Ewing at the letterbox.
Yeah.
It's end of a 7-year dynasty, I believe. Is that what happened today?
Yeah.
End of a 7-year reign.
Yeah.
So 7 in a row.
7 in a row, but the club's got a pretty good history of 20. We've been going for 28 years. I think we missed the We folded in 1 year. We've missed the grand final on, I think, 3, maybe 4 occasions.
Out of 28?
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good.
But honestly, we couldn't tell you how many we've won or lost, but it's...
Well, now you're just boasting. Fucking hell.
We're well over sort of third. Oh, I don't know.
And how many teams in the comp, too? Oh.
So what happened to the other 3 years you didn't make it? How shit were you that year?
We folded 1 year.
And you folded. Fucking hell. Great. Yeah, that's a great team.
Yeah. So the boys over here, they obviously, I didn't realise you had beer towers. Now I need to invest in one of them. But it's been a good year. So you play right from September through to now, and
October, start of October through to now.
Yep.
Fires muck you around here or anything like?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a couple of weeks where it was hot weather. They can the comp for a couple of weeks.
Smoke and what have you. Yeah. Now you got coronavirus. How good's this pub, by the way? And we are on film. For every can of Jack Daniels you get a free roll of shithouse paper. So I got 4 of these, but it's easier than going to Woolworths. You get hammered, and you do get toilet paper here.
That's for a limited time only. Same to you fellas have come down from Sydney and brought the coronavirus with you. So.
Yeah. Can you sanitise your headsets on the way out for us, Trev?
I'm out of cash, so for every can of Jack Daniels now, I'm just going to give them 11 sheets. Actually, I'll give them 12 and they can keep the change.
That's another shit joke from you. So how's the season been? So who's been on top? You're going to give some shout out to some of the boys that have done well this year? Or
James Scott, he won.
You said off before he was a shit player.
He is, but this year he's found a bit of form. He won Cricketer of the Year for the whole comp, so they had the presentations after it today.
So they do it all at the same time today?
Yeah. So Jimmy, best cricketer in the comp, which
my son.
This fella's son.
This is a stitch up. This is bullshit.
Where is he? How old is he?
Jimmy, he's over there.
With the white front on the cap.
Yeah.
He's a good looking rooster too, just quietly. The Tumut chicks would be all over him, wouldn't they?
Look at Dad, yep.
He goes, I hope so. They bring their friends around as well.
So what do you do? Bat, bowl, bit of everything?
Yeah, both real good in the field.
Yeah.
Bat, bowl.
So he's obviously got strong shoulders to carry all you fuckers.
Yeah.
Somebody's got her.
That's right.
And Murphy, he's here early. And you two
good bloke. Fucking be scared. Be scared.
So I believe the captain's at a wedding. So you vice captain today? Oh, you've stepped into.
It's not his own wedding where he forfeited the first half to go to cricket. Who's the bowler that took 2 for 30 or whatever he got?
Rob Barron would have took 2 for.
Leave his leg alone, Murph.
11 or 12.
Actually,
It's not my leg.
Oh. It's not me leg. Fucking hello. So
that's a cricket joke for those that know.
Watch out, you'll get your bad pad in a minute.
All right, give us a tail of the tape for today then. Tail of the tape. What happened? What was the score? Okay, dwell on it if you don't have to.
What about before when he goes, I can't really remember.
First 20 overs, the bowlers did a top job. We had them for 1 for 50.
Of 20 overs, okay.
It was a complete turnaround. Went pear-shaped from there. We went shithouse. They ended up with 187.
Oh, wow.
181 or something.
Or 40 or 50?
40 overs.
40 overs, 187.
Catches, they had, just didn't go our way.
So really they got about 130 runs off 20 overs?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Who was throwing lollipops?
Most of us.
And the chase was no good? How was the chase?
No. Started shit out, so I got out in the first over and then just kept going.
Well, they were doing that bad. They was telling me before that when one batter got out, they just sent 2 out on the field. Just the other one won't be long, so they just waited there with the upper square leg. Fuck, what are you doing? You watch. Here I am.
That's pretty well how it went,
So you usually open? Opened all year?
Yeah.
How you been in them?
Not very well today, but at times all right.
What's the highest score this year?
This year?
Yeah. This season. What'd you get this season?
60-something, 60 or 70. 70
okay.
I don't know. Yeah, 70-something.
And lowest score?
Probably today, 4.
That's not bad. No duck in the end. It's good.
Hey, get old Dabbles over here. Can't he get a few ducks? Like,
That's easy.
like
Yeah, they come
Christmas
along.
luncheon when he bats.
And how'd you go? How'd you go this year?
I got 4, 5 or something today.
And all year?
Would have got 5. Got more than
And
you.
what did the whole team get?
103.
So someone did well. If you got
James
4 and he got
Scott.
5.
Cricket of the year.
Yeah,
There he is.
What did he
the
get?
other Scott.
He got 87.
That's why he's still got his streak.
He got
You
87.
can tell because they've lost the grand final. He's still got his swag on over there, so he must have got runs. It's a cricket thing. Don't worry, I know. Nothing better than runs in a losing game. Just get the swag around. What's on for the winter now? Footy or anything? Or have the time off?
Boys or the kids get into footy and travel around, taking them
Yeah.
around.
And the same thing. So you're same thing. You'll be doing 50Ks for the kids' sport as well, or is it all local?
I think we both we won't play sport in winter, but driving our kids around.
That's right. Yeah, the kids their age.
You don't go up to junior or anything like that, do you?
A lot
you
further,
do?
yeah. Well, you could be doing. So we'll be doing. Well, my young fellow, it's 100 k's just a training. So
Wow. Where at?
down in the Wagga. But
Yep.
so
Wow.
I've got a couple of kids and my daughter will
For
go that
footy
way.
or soccer or?
Aussie rules, and daughter playing netball down there, and so just for training, like it's anyway, fair bit of travelling, but that's what you do for the kids, and
And we should have asked earlier. Are you both locals, or are you from out of the area? Or?
Yep.
Locals?
Local, like Coolac,
Coolac,
yep.
I'm
He's
Billy,
yep.
which is up in the hills.
Okay. And
Lucky you're not from that way, about 30 k's.
No, you'd be a bit, you'd be cooked.
24 of you would have got out today instead of 12. Or 11, 22, sorry. Instead.
And how's things been through, I guess, recently with the drought and that sort of thing? Have you suffered much here, or is it sort of just business as usual?
Look at the size of him, he hasn't suffered
No, he's
at all.
going all right.
Look at him.
Yeah.
We've got two extremes here. Where
You can go first if you like.
where Apple lives, I'll let him talk about that.
We're sort of been lucky. We're up in the hills and we've had the rain and
All the way through it. Yeah, right.
we're 10 k's down the road. She's pretty ordinary, and then you get 40 k's down the road to Scotty's place, and it was dirt.
So what, in your farm it right up there and then ship some water to him?
Well,
What-
I send it down the hill.
Yeah.
I don't use it all. I let it all flow down the hill too.
And then I'd harvesting it. People are open.
And
Where we
how
are,
hard
it's
is
been pretty ordinary. Like it's last couple of years. It's we wouldn't burn because
There's nothing
paddocks were
left.
just so bare.
Yeah. And has the recent rain? I think we've had it described to a couple of guys. It's not quite broken the camel's back, but it's bent it, or is it? It's on the way to.
It's gone a long way. Like
Yeah.
and so where we are, it's probably a bit more, but where with our work and where we're travelling, it's been massive. Like hopefully, most of the farmers are going to be able to put their bloody feed carts away that have been probably out and about for 16, 18 months. They're going to park them up. So it's good. I don't know. We do it fine.
Still take a year or so to get some money back into the till. Still take 2 years to get
the big thing is now is the follow-up rain. That's the big one now. If we can,
the ground's already wet. Let's get some more water onto it.
If we can jag something in the next couple of, whatever, 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
Most cockies out there are going to be
You're back on track.
Getting back on track.
I mean, we had the same a bit. No one would think that our dam, and you know how big Warragamba is, would go from 47% to 85% in 4 weeks.
Unbelievable.
The bookies would give you get $1 million at the bookie. They go, it never happened, and then bang, it just happened. So we just got to harvest our water right as well. Like, we don't harvest it like you guys do. Like,
all that rain came with a fair bit of damage. Like,
shit, yeah.
Did a lot of damage as well, but you just wear that. That's all part of it.
There's rain damage you fix, or there's drought damage that just tears the country
You
apart.
just know that rain's going to bring. You got to
You got to
bring something down the track.
Yeah. Wow. now.
Yeah.
Maybe you would have. I suppose you should have prayed for fucking rain today, shouldn't you? Could have got a draw. You were probably minor premiers, so you would have got the trophy.
We'll go, but we did it.
Did you come in the game favourites or they were
Nah, we had favourites. We had 3 or 4 blokes out today going to weddings and.
Yeah, so.
Who would get married on a Saturday? What are the odds? It's going to be 1 in 100.
So, I hope they both got fined, by the way.
They will.
They will.
Oh, they will now.
We'll hold them. We'll hold them for this for a long time.
See those? What do you call those things? Those beer silos or whatever you call it. They're paying for them when they get back. They're all on
$50 each, no show.
Yeah.
If we were bringing a team back down from Penrith next year, keen for a pre-season game? I'll probably talk to you off air about this, but get in touch and have a hit before the summer.
Yep.
Next year.
Keen.
We'll bring the boys down, have a hit.
Picturesque ground at Coolac there was
fantastic.
Yeah. Don't stress over it.
Sure.
I've seen some of them play.
No, I won't be stressed.
Oh, don't.
Most of us couldn't either.
I've seen a
There might be a quick game there, that's right.
I've seen a one-legged lizard on a pogo stick with a better run-up than some of them.
How dare you? I've seen your brother catch, so that's right. Didn't last one. No, but we'll talk about it off air, but we might bring I'm president of a club at Penrith. We might bring a team back up here in next August or September and have a hit before the season.
No, it's all good.
That'd be a lot of fun. Or after it. And you're both running around again next year? How's the bodies hold up? Getting harder and harder?
Hopefully some young fellas coming to the club.
What are you, 46?
He's up, Trevor, 39.
Fuck, what are you, slept in the gutter for fucking the last 4 years of your life?
He's dead.
Fucking 39? You got 4 kids over there and one of them's got a beard. Fucking hell, 39? I remember when I had a shit 39 years ago. 39? How old's your young fella?
25.
So what are you, about 37?
Yeah. I wish.
He looks like a machine, doesn't he? 12 years old.
He'll be walking out over the batting again next year.
Oh, he'll be over the bat.
Me?
There you. You say that now, you've got to be back again. You've got to go out in the high.
Would have been nice, but
You get have another one.
look, we'll see what happens.
I think he's working on even Don Bradman got a duck in his last game. That's what he's working on.
Maybe four's forgettable. No. Well, that sounds like a plan. I think we'll come back to us again, and we'll actually we'll film the game and everything, so it'll be up on YouTube if we do it. That should be a lot of fun. Any plugs you want in for the club or the pub or anything else you want to give a shout out to?
Like the Alinta Energy, the main sponsor for us is
Alinta Energy.
Alinta Energy.
It's not a bad sponsor.
They do sponsor another cricket team.
Don't
worry about them. You get bigger crowds.
They give us they supply 25 tickets to the Sydney Cricket Ground.
Right, okay.
For 3 days, and then we
head up and do that.
Head up there, but we charge half price for those. Anyway, it's works out at us a pretty good price.
Pretty well. Yeah.
Charge full price for the idiots who went to the wedding today.
Yeah, well, at least.
In fact, they can all cover your fucking petrol bill on the way up.
Yeah, but anyway, they've really looked after us the last couple of years.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
They're actually having a cricket game next weekend at Adjumbilly. Charity cricket game. Alinta Energy's running it. Matty Aiden's coming down to do us speak.
Yeah, right.
Awesome. Do you want to, is it a charity thing? Or?
Yeah.
Do you want to give that a bit of a shout out?
Yeah, that's charity to.
I think it's to the Potato Trail, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a school. There's a school, and then I think it's for Beyond Blue and also for the fires. And there's 8 or 9 teams. We pay it's a $800 cost entry, and and then there's the.
Do you reckon you'll beat 103 next car? You reckon
next week?
Not you. You reckon your team will get more than 103?
There's only going to be 5 overs or something. It's only it's only a short.
If you work on averages, you had 40 for 103, 5 overs. What are you going to get? 9?
We're splitting up next weekend. I'm sick of playing with those blokes anyway.
We all go into our local communities. It's all fun, right? It's all for fun.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
But it's like with Alinta Energy coming on board, they're bringing some of the ex.
Yeah, it's good.
There's supposed to be another couple of other Australian players coming down, and And it's going to be a big day,
Yeah.
It should be a pretty big...
Big for the town.
Oh, there's no town there.
Oh, really?
Just
You
an
just
area.
drive out to an area, and that's it.
Yep. We're just
Right.
playing out in the paddock, out like a synthetic pitch.
Yeah.
With a little fence around. No fence. There's a creek around it, and a little.
And where will they come back to drink?
There's a community hall out there. Matty
That's it.
Aiden's going to have a little talk there. And
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, right.
It's out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, right.
Oh, that'd be cool. And for the town of Tumut and people, I guess, listening around the world, not around the world, probably
Well, we've
around
got people
Penrith.
in America.
We do?
Yeah.
At least one of them.
Chicago.
They've got nothing to do. They're all isolated. So
He's
they
deaf.
can't
Yeah,
listen.
so he can't
But anything else for the local area you want to give a plug to, or the way of life out here, or that's a very broad question, so you don't have to.
He'd like to thank the other team for showing up today.
Yeah, well, they're at the Bolo, so that's where we're heading up for this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, thank Christ. Let's about time we finish on a winning story. They got nothing.
with all the drought and the fires and the coronavirus and that, we've sort of been sending encouraging messages to me special sort of mates, and sort of got a bit close to Trev, and I haven't got his number, but might just get Trev to...
Oh, don't get me to read something I can't read. Here we go.
Trev can read that.
this one.
Do you need your specs, or do you mean to?
No, it's all good. Just hanging about here for 2 seconds.
I was worried about Trev. You're all right.
You want me to? Oh, I can read it if you want.
It's sort of Trev's sort of message. Just something.
I know. It says wifey at the top. Hi, honey. I broke down on the highway today, but I was lucky enough. I had a flat tyre and a man pulled over to give me a hand to change my tyre. Geez, writing's terrible. He came up and told me that a lady should know how to change a tyre, but a gentleman should change it for him. I thought that was so nice. Then he fingered me. What the hell?
It's not the message I sent you, Trev.
Oh, that's a... Oh, shit. Oh, I've got to go to this page. I can't read that. I don't even know where I parked my car. How the fuck are we going to read that?
I'm not going to cry, man. Not every flower can say love, but a rose can. Not every plant survives thirst, but a cactus can. Not every retard can read, but look at you and have a go. Today's International Nutters Day. Please send me an encouraging message to fucked up friends, as I've done. I don't care if you lick windows or occasionally shit yourself. You hang in there, Cupcake. You're fucking special. You're my mate, Trev. Look at you smiling at your phone, you dickhead. Let's finish on that. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, boys.
Thank you, guys.
Well done.
Enjoy next year. We'll be back and do this again, hey? This will be fun.
it's good
Take
fun.
it easy, guys. Thank you.
You too.
I see him shit himself and I said it's from his wife.
See what I have to deal with. Thank you. Wow.
This was professional. This was professional.
This is what podcasts are like, Dave. Sorry. Anyway, so you're the publican here, and I was going to say, would it be owner, CEO of the Pretty Parrot as well?
That's right. I'm part of the owner of the Pretty Parrot Distillery, and we have the hotel as well. So, yeah, we've ventured into making our own craft spirits.
Wow.
Just come back from Tassie, had a look at some whiskies down there. At the moment we just make liqueurs and gins and vodka, using vodka as our base, but we need to get a different style of still, and went and had a look at Tassie and see what they're doing down there.
Wow.
And as a learning experience, you've taken something out of it where you can take forward?
As long as we can get the council to approve our site, and we'll get into it and start making some Australian whiskey.
Oh, awesome. And
Get this bloke to get it into his club.
Yeah.
He's the man to talk to.
We can do business off air, but go on, Lockie, go on.
There's got to be something in it for me.
For the club, or for the pubs, for a bit of Canberra, definitely.
Yeah.
We love it. We love the local. Canberra's such a local based place for what we want to put on tap for beers, for spirits especially. You'd know that, and you've got you've got Ben Spoke on tap here, don't you?
We got Ben Spoke.
There you go. That's a Canberra-based brewery, and they're doing real well. We've got. I'm not wearing the hat anymore, but Capital Brewing. I'm sure they've come and seen you a couple of times. I don't know why you haven't got them on tap. So they got.
Hey, we're talking. Don't get
thanks, Lockie. All right, good chat.
Smash you.
Hey, Dave. So we'll start from the pub. We'll work out. So your distillery distillery itself, how far is it from Tumut?
At the moment, it's about 2 hours away, drive.
Oh, shit.
It's down near Albury.
Yeah.
So that's where it is located when we first bought it, and it wasn't sort of running efficiently or running at all. So, but it was set up and had a license and all that sort of thing. So we thought, let's get started, and without having to go through the paperwork of going from scratch.
Yeah.
So we bought a distillery that we could operate out of, and like I said, we make the still that we have is a very old still, and it makes a very pure alcohol. So it's basically a vodka.
Wow.
So we make our gins the old style, where we soak the botanicals in it, and it takes on a colour and lots of flavour.
Yeah.
And we make our gins from that. We make a good pure spirit for a vodka, and then we make some liqueurs with that. But we want to get some different stills and be able to make whiskey. Yeah.
Shit, eh?
And we were talking last night, so to be licensed to make whiskey, you have to reach certain standards and have to tick certain boxes, or is it a matter of just
you've got to
putting the wheat in
have the
barrel?
basic understanding of the process, and it's sort of passed on as knowledge. So I'm not saying anyone can do it.
Yeah.
For sure, but there's certain
Well, you've looked
licensing
across
laws.
this table. There's not many people who can do it. Shitloads can drink it, but they can't make it.
So there's a bit to it, and like I said, it's a slow process. You've got to age your whiskey.
Right.
So if you use a smaller barrel, it will age to the right flavour quicker. If you use a larger barrel, it takes 10 to 12 years. Smaller barrel, 2 to 3 years. So
Still a long
if you can
time,
start off
that's
slow, but that's why people get into gins, because it's a quicker turnaround spirit. And people love it.
What's
You're
gin,
in
like
Canberra
8
now,
months?
aren't you?
What's that?
Gin's like 8 months or something, isn't it?
Gin's straight off the still.
Straight off.
Once it comes out the still, and the gin's right. But we make ours a different way, where we soak it in the alcohol and it draws the flavours out.
Right.
So it takes about a week to make ours.
Wow, is that all?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no aging in gin, but you can do barrel aged, which gives it some different colours and slight flavours. But technically, gin, when it comes off the still, if they get the vapours off the botanicals in the basket, and you put it when it comes out, it's ready to go.
And you've got a bit in Canberra now, don't you?
We sell in a couple of bars over there in Canberra.
I think I've seen you in Farrah's Liquor or something.
Yeah, we're at
up
Farrah's
there.
Liquor.
Yeah.
And we're in a couple of bars as well. We're
I
at,
had a nice tasting out there. It was interesting. I hadn't seen it before I went out there, and they're one of my suppliers up there as well. And I went out there, and Dave and Matt gave us a taste of a couple of your products up there, and it was real nice.
Very good.
I think I'm over there next week doing a tasting, actually. They're asking me to come back over. So, I think I'm back at Farrah's next Saturday. They were doing a tastings all this month, so
cool.
I think we're there. So there you go. We'll be at Canberra doing some tastings at Farrah's.
And you yourself, you local, or you?
Yeah.
How far out of where we are now?
We live 13 k's out of town on a river. Yeah. So.
And how often are you down to distillery? Is that something that runs itself, or you've got to be hands on there?
You can go down there and do. You can make a fair bit of alcohol in a certain amount of time, because it's a big still. So. We can make a lot. The market, you've got to be able to sell it. You can make it, but you've got to be able to sell it.
That's exactly right. You make anything.
Yeah.
If you don't sell it, you only make it once.
No point sitting there all day making alcohol and not selling any. So.
When are you up there?
I go down once a week, maybe once a fortnight. Because we had the fires, I sort of didn't do much with the distiller, if you know what I mean. And we were busy at the pub.
You're busy here.
Yeah. And of course we sold some, so I need to sort of go and make a bit too to replenish our stock. So
When are you doing the tasting at Farrah's?
I'm pretty sure I'm over there next Saturday.
How long are you staying up for?
I'll just
you got a bit of spare time, or?
I'll just be in Canberra for a bit of a tasting, and that'll be about it.
Come around the club and do a tasting.
Where's the club?
The club, Ainsley Football Club.
Oh, yeah. Well, we can do that.
Well, let's organise that.
Let's do that off air.
Let's do that.
Cool, but I'm glad we've...
and thank you. Welcome to the Lockie
10% of all proceeds do go to Club Trevor, so that's tremendous. I'm glad we were able to know that.
Let's go to the Lockie show.
Joe Lockie. And in terms of the fire and the drought the last 12 months, does that affect your business in terms of distillery and in terms of, I guess, what you do here as a pub?
Well, as in the pub, we traded right through it, and we fed a lot of the fireys and the services. We were doing lots of meals. We were very busy. There was some, we were lucky in a way, but it would have affected other businesses. Because the tourists all got evacuated. Normally it's our busiest time anyway.
They go to the fishing shop and the camping, and they buy this and that and that.
And the ones here fighting fires aren't buying fishing lures or
that's right.
that sort of thing. They're here to fight the fire. So So there would have been businesses that suffered for sure.
And how close was the fire to Tumut here, and then where you are?
Tumut here was on the edge of town.
Yeah.
We actually had the planes, the DC-10s, bombing there with the retardant, and we live in a valley out the road a bit, as I said, and further up the gully, they were bombing again with the planes, and like out Batlow Way where they lost all the pine.
You see that forest today when we drove past.
Well, because we live out this way where the other pine is, they were doing everything to protect that. If you know what I mean. That one was damaged. They are salvaging it at the mills. They can put it through before the timber deteriorates.
Right.
So they're doing that, but they were doing everything to save this one over here because
they'd missed that.
They'd lost so much there.
And we saw the big mills coming into town. Obviously, the big treated pine mill there.
Tumut's a huge, it's timber industry town basically.
And we haven't really talked a lot about it. I guess give listeners that wouldn't know Tumut and this sort of area a bit of a précis on what it's like around this area. So obviously a timber-driven town.
Yeah, timber-driven. We get a lot of recreational people come here for the dams and the water. Obviously, you've got your fishing.
Keep getting told it's awesome
kayaking.
Fishing around here.
All the boats go up the dam for water skiing. We call it the dam. That's Lake Blowering.
Blowering Dam.
That's where Warby's just going to have another crack at the world water speed record.
We were talking about that today, Tony. And we were talking about that when we were at Batlow. It said, that's where they do all the bloody fast boats and whatever they do. And
speed. Warby's he's back here in May, I'm pretty sure, doing a bit more testing. And I'm pretty sure he's going to have a crack at the world record this year.
Right. Got to get the calm day. No chop. Early in the morning. Nice and flat.
That's the
sun. That's the sun, Ken was the old bloke.
And it's David, the young fella, isn't it?
Well, Ken set it originally and set the precedent, and then it got broken.
78, it was set. That's a big record.
Astronomical speed on water. It was huge.
Wow. And what were some of the sites with the firefighter we met? Was it Phil last night that came
from the helicopters?
From the helicopters. So you would have had a few characters coming through in the time, and were they just coming in and wanting to be fed and crash out? Or
the thing is, So because
it looks like
the helicopters or the planes, they can fly till dark, if you know what I mean. So they fly till dark, and then they land, and then they've got to be serviced by their guys who've got to whip out, and they're still got to do the work. So we'd feed the pilots, of course, and then it's the poor old buggers that have got to do the dogs' work, and they want a hot food too. So they were getting here up to 10 o'clock at night, and we're still cooking because they want a good meal, and we're there with the kitchens on. So
whether it's the goodness of your heart or whatever, and if it is, you tell them, or are you billing the RFS, or who's paying for this? This is a big cost.
We were sending bills to the RFS, basically. We had a police. There was a certain amount of police here, so they had their meals paid. I suppose it's all part of living away.
Yeah, for sure.
We were feeding the RFS headquarters, which was 100 meals at a night, like at 6 o'clock. There'd be army guys or something to come and pick them up, and we'd march them out or load the van and drop them up there at 6 o'clock, and there'd be certain dietary requirements.
For sure.
But you're cooking for 100, and then you've got the rest of the crews coming in, and they come in truckloads, literally.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So we were pumping along.
I mean, it's sad. It's good for business, but then there's devastation everywhere around you.
I suppose in that sort of time, the pubs become the hub of life itself, really.
The guys come back and they talk, and because once they start work for a few days, it's always someone's night off, if you know what I mean. So someone wants to have a bit of a relax.
They want to kick back.
They've got to sleep in the morning, so they want to have a couple of beers and have a sleep in. Have a couple. There's a crew that they work with. There'd be 10 or 12 of them, and they've done 10 days or something like that, and tomorrow's their day off. They get a break, so they want to have a couple of drinks and have a good sleep in, and because the next day they just go to the coffee shop, have lunch, and then it's back into it again for 10 days.
Shit. It's off to them.
Exactly. And the distillery itself, was there much effect with the fires and down
Albury Way? Not really. There was a little fire at the back of Wodonga at some stage, which is Albury Wodonga across the river, if you know what I mean.
It's right on the border there.
So it wasn't far, but the distillery wasn't threatened, no.
And business-wise, it didn't really have an effect in terms of bringing stuff in?
Well, we don't have the tourists here that come and have a look around and buy a bottle of still. We've just got the firefighters, and they're here to work, pretty much.
And get a bit of plug in for some of the stuff we tasted last night, the liqueurs and
you seemed to like the coffee liqueur.
The coffee one was good. Yeah, Davey liked it as well. It was tremendous.
It's pretty popular.
Davey, you drink horse piss.
Well, no, this wasn't horse piss. This is all right.
You've got standards, but you know.
David. But and Mariah liked the would she have one of the berry ones or something?
Passionberry, I think.
Passionberry
it's another popular one.
Yep.
It's a sweeter one.
Sounds nice.
It's an Australian native. It's not a made-up word. It's an actual plant. Yeah.
Passionberry.
Passionberry, Australian native.
And in terms of distillery process, is that just a matter of adding flavours to what you're doing and and just experimenting?
Of course it is. We do a lot, especially with the natives. We make some other fruit ones that we use in our bar for cocktail, and we bought a puree, and you work out a certain rate to add, which gives you a flavour and taste and you want.
Yep.
But with the Australian natives, there's no instructions or guidelines. It's your what are you going to do with this one? And is that too strong? Is that too weak?
So the alcohol content's still the same?
No, 20% in a liqueur.
20% in a liqueur.
And 40% in the gin is how we make them. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
And is that exciting when you kick a goal, when you're playing around and this is all right? I think this is all right. And is it a matter of you talked about the awards?
You've got to go, that's it. You can keep playing this way, and then you can do that forever if you want. But some stage you've got to go, that's the flavour we're after. Let's make another flavour.
Yep. And a couple of awards you picked up, your third places in the
we entered 6 bottles when we first started. We've been only doing it for about 6 months, I think, and might have been less, and we entered the Australian Distilled Spirits Awards, so get some feedback, if you know what I mean, to say, well, are we doing this right, are we doing this wrong, or what are we doing, you know? And because my wife's a chef, so she had the taste, and I had a bit of thought I could make some alcohol, I reckon. And so, we entered 3 gins and 3 Australian native liqueurs, and we got 5 bronze medals, which we're pretty happy with.
Shit! Yeah. You're just going in there for feedback.
Well, that's right.
Good feedback.
See if we're doing something right or wrong.
Yeah, great feedback.
Like I said, it was like you wait a while, and obviously, and this year it's called off at the moment because of coronavirus. We just ended our bottles the other day, and then we get a letter to say, no, we won't be judging this for a while, coronavirus. Anyway, like I said, when I saw the results, I got an email and said, here it is, you got a bronze medal. And, that's pretty good. And then I kept reading, we got another one. It was like the lotto numbers dropping, if you know what I mean. So
but that's vindication, I guess, for what you're doing.
That's a shot in the arm. You sort of, because we're small, and if we make a recipe and we think, we can improve on that a little bit, especially with the gins and the other ones, we do change it. Of course you do. You don't go, I'm going to make it the same as last one, that we can make it a bit better. And so you play with your flavours, and that's the beauty of small batch, I suppose. So, you touch a couple of things, but other things you don't change, so
that's fantastic.
So we've got the beauty that you can do that. It's freelance, if you know what I mean.
It's your business. That's the taste you want.
If you don't like it,
if you piss off.
Not everyone likes everything. We make a range of flavours, and like I said, if you don't like coffee, you're not going to like the coffee liqueur.
No, that's right.
If you don't like bloody gin, you're not going to like. You don't want to try it, or you don't like aniseed. Everyone's got different tastes.
Yeah, definitely.
But you definitely, if people have a few different drinks, one hits them, unless they're a total teetotaler, they'll say, "Oh no, I really like that," and I have my opinion. I don't really like it because I like something else, and they find something that they like or find something that's unique, and
you do like a caramel one or anything like that.
Butterscotch.
Butterscotch. I mean, remember butterscotch snaps in the day? Oh my god!
We do a Batlow apple snaps for the cider fest. Like you guys know about the cider fest, and that's a big thing. People in Batlow, because people come from out of town, go to Batlow.
I guess.
Not by choice. And I don't care. They were rude to us. So they were terrible today when we went there.
Anyway.
I like the shit out of them.
I like that you don't hold grudges, Trev. That's what I like about you.
Grudge is something you can park your car.
It is. So you've done the Apple one for that.
We're going back this year, and it should be a big one up in Batlow, big day. It's always popular, and I think this will be a special one because you can notice people coming to the areas and saying, we came for a drive today. We're buying a bottle of gin, and we're going to Batlow, and we're buying some apples and some cider and stuff, and we're doing the run. So, it is happening out there, and people are having a look around. And
we heard a good story today about when they lost some of the orchard up here, and one of the regular suppliers donated their cider to the Batlow, the one we stopped at. Just donated a lot of their batch just to sell it at no cost, and it was to keep it over.
there's been some really a lot of people put in a lot of big efforts, and the community came together to fight the fires.
Yeah,
and
wow.
And Tumut itself, a close community, close-knit community.
Yeah, people get in and give a hand when it's needed.
Obviously, I know a lot about the sporting rivalry we saw with the Nines last night and the cricket today. It's people take it seriously, which is good.
When they play their sport, it's good for the area. And the cricket team, that's a bit unfortunate, but they've been on top for a long time, and there's always a changing of the guard.
Yeah, definitely.
7 years isn't a bad run.
That's not bad. Jeez, the Blues can't do that. I mean, we got one in a row now, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. We'll be happy with 2.
Yeah.
But we'll come back and play those guys next year. We've decided, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Great. Yeah.
So I've got to now speak to the cricket club, but we'll do that. And then, apart from that, Dave, do you want to get a few plugs in for Pretty Parrot and for the pub itself? We'll start with the pub. Any regular promotions going on, or if people are coming through, stop in? Why should we stop into the
Well, we've
Oriental?
got a really good range of craft beers here, and we do good food.
Food is tremendous today.
The food is unbelievable.
It's local produce, and like I said, we cook good steaks, and we serve up a lot of food. Local trout's a specialty, so food's our game. And we sell craft beers, a sort of range of craft beers that we're not under some pub contract, under some reign of some other brewery. I sell what I want to sell.
Yeah.
And we do sell the Great Northern, which is a big seller, but we're not tied into selling this and that, because I have a range of craft beers that I rotate that. I keep some staples, but you give someone else a go, or this beer's really good. It's the Crankshaft from Canberra, third best beer in Australia. Well, you have it on. And some of the others. There's lots of good beers. We've got Wagga's got an award-winning stout, which we have on tap here, the Vanilla Milk Stout, and that's really popular.
I saw that. Yeah,
so people are really happy to try the different beers, and everyone loves pale ales. We have a couple of pale ales on, and so
it's good.
There's a choice. People really like a choice, and they're the proper craft beers, not the
they're fantastic.
150 lashes that
just like another one.
owns.
It's just punched out.
Furphy made by Carlton with a craft name. Here's your beanie, here's your hat. Craft beers don't have money to give away hats and beanies.
Exactly. They have Furphy at our pub.
You got to buy it if they've got one.
And Pretty Parrot, get a plug in for that. How would we find them if we want to find you?
So Pretty Parrot, we have our tasting room down below the hotel. It used to be the old bottle shop. We have online sales.
I saw that down there. I didn't know it was for that.
Yeah, we had a group of ladies from West Wyalong Hospital there today. They come on a bit of a social gathering, I'd imagine.
Get hammered.
They got out and came down. We did some platters for them, and they had some gins and liqueurs, and they bought an armload each, and away they went. And so Pretty Parrot, we have the tasting room, but we also have our veranda and bar open up the top. I think you guys have seen that. That's a pretty nice spot to sit and have a drink and
beautiful
a feed up there.
Over the mountains up the top there.
So we've only just finished that veranda. Only about 2 weeks ago we pulled the scaffold off, if you know what I mean. It's just slowly sort of taken. It's becoming popular for people to have drinks and food out there. So the Pretty Parrot, we sell it at a couple of bars in Canberra. If you've got a Canberra audience, it's in Tipsy Bull and also Raku behind the bar, and we're in Farrah's, we're in the Cook Grocer Hall at Hops and Vine, the Australia Wine and
Lockie wants to get you. He wants to get you to Ainsley.
Australia Wine and Beer Merchant. So we're available in a few shops over there. So
fantastic. And can we find you online?
Sure can. We've got the Pretty Parrot website, and you can buy purchases online on that.
Fantastic. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for putting up with us last night and tonight.
No worries.
Thanks for giving us up 20 minutes of your time.
No problem at all.
And, good. We will be doing this again. We'll be coming back to Tumut, a beautiful town.
You've got to play cricket, haven't you?
And we're going to come back and beat these blokes again.
I'm not playing cricket now.
He can commentate.
I'll just talk about it. I'll drink Pretty Parrot on the side and just get hammered.
I'll get you a coffee. You haven't tried it yet.
No, I haven't tried it.
Get him one before we were on air. Beautiful. Thanks a lot, Dave. Thanks, mate.
Dave.
And we'll have a beer shortly.
No worries. Thank you.
It looks that way.
He's doing all right, dude. He must be working out on his inner thighs just quietly.
That's his keys. He's not happy to see you.
Hang on.
Funny thing is, he didn't drive.
What is it?
I don't know where he put his keys.
What is it? That's my wallet.
Oh, it's your wallet.
Any coin in that? You want some?
We'll talk about that later. Pat, I've got a taker for you. You had a 2-bedroom room tonight. You had no one to share with.
This is
We've
just
found
prime,
someone. Oh, hey, Brian, you're out.
Barney's
twin.
still,
Go get Barney, Barney's
he's going to be upset.
Well, I don't think Barney's going to be upset. I think Barney's going to be happy. Barney's punching air at the moment. He's going, fuck yeah. I'm riding solo tonight. He's had all these thoughties up there. He just saw this chick at the fucking, what do they call it, the fruit shop.
Toilet.
Oh, we'll call it toilet.
So it's your first trip, Davey Ray? First trip away with us?
Mate, it's my first trip.
Had fun last night?
Yeah, I had a good time. Yeah.
What's been the highlight, Balo?
Hey, what he does in his own time, that's just
Hey,
leave him alone.
There's nothing like ballet.
Well, you got to start low and work your way high, don't you?
Just having a bit of
A local
sneaky
beverage.
parrot.
Yeah.
Coffee liqueur.
How good was for the listeners? How was it?
Unbelievable.
Good, eh? We'll get you one,
Thanks,
Merv.
Dave, for bringing me one. That'd be nice.
We'll get the boss to get some.
Hey, the other guy, what did you think of it?
Delicious.
It is.
I didn't see you drink one of them.
I had several last night.
That was last night. What about tonight?
I'm still waiting. As usual, it's like
I can
the
vouch
hat.
for
and
that. You did have a few last night. Yeah.
Murph, get that microphone up. You can whoop it, but you can get it up there. There we
I
go.
tried to keep it away from his schooner. That's
I know you've got that problem.
What's your
straw?
Tony's filming this. He can't. He's given up.
You need a straw.
Tony, I need a straw,
nose
mate.
or-
So I don't know what sort of a thing you're running here.
What you've tried.
I'd like a straw in my nose right now.
It's like going to IGA when you're supposed to be shopping at Woolworths, isn't it? Okay. No one will notice the difference.
And then today, Davey Ray, we got up. We had Macca's breakfast.
Sorry, mate. I didn't hear you because through this.
It's a lovely beer here at the... What's this pub called?
Oriental. The Oriental. The Oriental.
The Orient. I think
Yeah,
I
okay.
just... Oh, I think I might...
Lucky we're not filming this, so our viewers can't see.
Corona.
I might have coronavirus. I might have to be
That's what I was
they
just
call it,
saying.
stuck here for 14 days.
That sounds like a shame.
Well,
Talking about someone that looks like they've been stuck somewhere for 14 days. Look at
Fuck,
Lockie in the
I
background.
don't want to even turn around.
Don't talk about Tony's something like that.
Yeah, we're not picking on your dad. Don't worry about it. What do you think of today? We did a few pubs today. We drove to Batlow today.
Yeah.
It's called Batlow.
Yes, BAT.
Mate, they're battling down there.
Yes, well they are. I mean, they did get hit by the fires, and it didn't turn
didn't
out
like
for
us
us down there. But I'm glad we come back here to the Oriente. What was it? The Ori?
I think the fire just skipped him because it fucking got halfway there and said, "I'm turning around."
They get a loose tight in their front yards.
Every now and then I get a little bit lonely.
But, they didn't seem too receptive towards us. Like we said, hi, we're Club Trev, and it's
Please leave.
who the fuck is
I
that?
believe they didn't know you.
Yeah,
Wow.
to be honest.
I really, and the other guy,
Oh, the
that's
truckies going down
understandable
there.
because no
Yeah.
one knows him. But
Oh, the silent partner.
Truckies coming down the Hume Highway today, bipping their horn. That must be the Club Trev entourage. Yeah.
That's that new Mustang. The last one got written off. That's what I was saying.
Hey, I did cop. It did rain today, so watch out, Trev. Watch out.
He's got to go straight. He can't do corners.
You know, Chester hasn't been back since then.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry
No
about
one's
it.
seen Chester since then. I'm not sure what happened about that.
Yeah, don't worry about
This
Chester.
bloke, but anyway.
He's strictly not out of the bedroom. It's like one of those gimp outfit things. So he just puts a
Where are
golf
you,
ball in
Vince?
his mouth
But
and
anyway.
straps it to his mouth. Oh, by the way, Steve.
He can shatter a
There you
billiard
go,
ball
mate.
with his teeth.
Big shout out to Steve.
Don't start Davey on an 8 ball. Please do not start.
I've never said it.
Funny thing is, Steve likes 8 ball too. Apparently, but
Who said 8 ball?
apparently he likes to poke it in the wrong direction.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.